And let's, holy snap, record that, add that. You almost fell? He's playing Minecraft. He's very good at falling in holes, and then he starts underground, and then he hands it to me, and it's like, can you get me out of here? Like, I didn't sign up for this. What does bump do? Let's try bump. Now, like I said, the text says that bump is going to action what it's supposed to do, and then it's going to set the fixture to 0. And then unload everything. Unload all the commands with it. Let's just try it. Let's just try bump. And then let's just leave the second one alone. And then for this at the end, let's just say hold last cue. It just stops. We'll try hold last cue, then we'll do exactly the same thing. We'll try unload. See what the difference is, if any. Let's get out of this. Let's run that first cue. I hit the wrong thing. Never mind. Don't pay attention. What? Unload. I'm going to reset this. Okay, so we're resetting as though I did not hit the wrong button. I'm going to hit the left to go. Interesting. I wonder if bump also just moves to the next. It didn't say that in the instructions, did it? But it seemed like bump kicked off the second cue stack. Bump. Let's try it again. Now it's not there. Now it's not setting up the second cue stack. But it is set to bump.
Bump.
Yeah.
Bump it.
Let's unload it. Start. Okay, unloading didn't do anything that time. Alright, I think there's a glitch here or something, because last time unload was resetting this to go, and now it's not doing it. This will be removed. I don't want to remove it. It's like, what is it doing? It's like it's going to blue. Well, I guess that makes sense. Let's look at the cue sequence. So it's taking 1 second. 1 second to come up to blue. Your timing is impeccable, dude. It's taking 1 second to come up to 100% blue. And then it's bumping it, which is dumping the information, bringing it back to 0. Number 3 should also be coming up to 23% tungsten. Not tungsten, but 2000 tungsten. All right, let's just try that again. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to that. Let's just try it. Yeah, top one ain't doing nothing. Top one not doing nothing. Okay. Let's change bump to latch. Let's just, I don't quite understand bump yet. Let's change from bump to latch. Confirm. And let's get out. Now let's try it. So it looks like it got to the end of the first cue and then just held it. I don't understand why fixture number 3 isn't doing anything though. Oh, okay, this is my fault. Fixture number 3 isn't doing anything because it's on the stage. So if I get rid of it, there it is. Okay, so that at least is solved. Let's go back for bump again. Let's change this from latch to bump. So it looks to me like what's happening is at the end of the first cue, it's just stopping. It just stops, unloads everything, and it's like, bye. I wonder if there's something you do on the fly. If you decide, okay, blah, 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 and then the rest of it doesn't do anything. Maybe. So bump is doing it and then turning them off. Okay? I'm sure there's a use for that. Change it to latch. I'm sure the same thing is going to happen. Latch, confirm. Do it. And then it just holds it. You can unlatch it, and it basically turns it back into the bump, which is turning it all off. Okay? I'm sure if I go in and change this to wait time, well, I mean, hold is just gonna hold it, like forever, right? Hold just, or maybe, I think hold, yeah, let's try it. I believe hold holds it where it is, maintains whatever the last thing was, and then it gives you the option to move on. I think it lets you manually cue it. I think that's the difference. That makes sense. Otherwise, why would you have it? Yeah, so you do this, now it holds, and it gives you an option for next. See, next is yellow there, you can hit next. It'll move on to the next thing. And it completes the cycle. And that's it. What do we have at the end of that? At the end of it was just a hold. Does that make sense? So that's hold, that's bump, that's latch, and that's wait time. I think those make sense. Yeah, because if you wanted to have a fixture, if you had two fixtures and you wanted one to turn on and just stay on, you just don't have to touch it again. Unless you're doing a bump or a latch, that will make it turn off. But if you want that fixture to hold steady, how do you do that? Like, let's say I have half my fixtures I want to bump, but the other half I want to hold. Or not hold, or just wait. Again, asking more questions. Yeah, can I run both of these at the same time? Is the other question. What if we override, what if we merge the cue? What would that do? And we give it, let's just say latch for no particular reason. Cue name 03, we're gonna merge the cue. Well, what happens? All right, so it grabs the key, which I don't want. I wonder if locking it keeps it out of it. I don't think it does. But let's say locking the key to see if that keeps it out of the record I'm gonna do. Maybe that's another feature. Maybe recording keeps it out. I doubt it. Let's go to 38%. Let's hit record. Let's once again say merge. We'll call it Q4. And we'll say latch again. Say okay. Let's open it up again. It did do that. It didn't add, interestingly, it did not add the key. So perhaps the lock shielded it from that, which isn't, I think that's good. Let's edit cue stack list. It's just replacing. It is replacing the cue with this cue, but it's adding whatever the cue was. So Q2 had the tungsten set, I believe, right? So tungsten here was at 23%. Tungsten there was at 100%. So it's maintaining it. So, but also now if I replace, I think this will replace. So let's keep this locked. InfiniBar 2 key, let's keep it locked. 38% InfiniBar 1. Let's make it something that was like 15%. Let's record over the same cue, and let's just say it overrides the current cue. We'll call it bump for funsies. And 10% battery. It's no fun. So it's 15%. It killed this guy that was at 100%, and it just replaced it. So it does what I guess I expected it to do. I guess I'm not really quite sure though what the point. I don't really quite understand bump and latch, but it feels like you have to affect all of the fixtures. I guess you only affect all the fixtures that are in it, maybe. Let's try as our last thing. Let's make, let's just delete all this stuff. Just delete, yeah, do it. Just delete it, delete everything, make ourselves not go crazy. Delete. Cue stack list. Now let's clear. Again, why that sets that to 0, I don't really get. And it's locked, so now I can't, anyway. I'm saying the same stuff over and over again. So let's make one that's all about, let's lock this. I didn't mean to do that. All right, let's lock it. Let's add in InfiniBar 1. We're gonna make the first one all about InfiniBar 1, and then we'll make the second one all about InfiniBar 3. So let's record. Let's put the InfiniBar. Let's put that. Let's leave it there. Record it. Say wait time 5 seconds. Say okay. Let's put it at 33%, and then what am I doing? Oh, see, I don't have it selected. Let's do like a blue, and then let's record. We'll add it to the end of the current master, so it's going to add it. Another wait time, 5 seconds. Now let's make a new cue. Wait a minute, what am I thinking? Oh, I wonder. Let's try this. That multi-selecting has me wondering. How about this? I think I figured out what it's for. So it's 5 seconds, Q1 to Q2. And let's say at the end of this, let's say we latch. Confirm. Okay. And yeah. And now let's create a new. This is all about number 3. So let's get this one off stage. And let's do number 3. And let's just do, I'm not gonna worry about pixel stuff. Let's just select this guy and we'll keep that guy on. We're not gonna do effects. I still don't understand effects. Let's go back into control. Let's do gel. We haven't done a gel yet. There's like actual gels. Oh, there's CTO. Yeah. We'll do tungsten, selected gel. Lily Frost, love it. Close that, intensity 100, wonderful. Could have just an HSI, you know, whatever. Record. Q1, sure. Wait time, let's say 2 seconds, done, okay. And then we'll add another one. Let's do a different, King, no, that's too lavendery. Blood red, love it. Doesn't look very blood red, but anyway. And we'll turn it down to like 38%. And let's, holy snap, record that, add that. He almost fell. He's playing Minecraft. He's very good at falling in holes, and then he starts underground, and then he hands it to me, and it's like, can you get me out of here? Like, I didn't sign up for this. Technically I did, because I had to go on like Microsoft and make an account because I'm a, you know, a parental guardian / parent. Yeah. So I guess I am invested. Yeah, 7 seconds, sure. So what I'm trying to do here, and I don't know if I'm right, I'm trying to make 2 different Q stacks, right? Under M1 and M2. Because I'm thinking if you have one that's set to latch or to bump where it stops and it's going to turn things off or turn something off, if you have 30 fixtures, there's no way you'd want to do that to all of them. So maybe multi-select is so that you can play more than one at the same time. So that this Q stack can be firing off and doing its thing. Maybe this one, maybe you want to bump it at some level and like have it stop and turn everything off or something. So multi-select is on. I don't know. If I just click go, what happens? I'm thinking nothing's gonna happen, is what I honestly am thinking. Or nothing good. I don't think it's gonna actually work. If I hit go, I'm wrong. It is doing it. And that was set to latch, right? Wait, right? Oh, one's set to loop. So let's stop this, let's unlatch that. Let's go back in here, one set to loop. They're both set to loop. But the latch stops the loop. The latch stops the loop. 5 seconds. I'm saying it because I'm telling you to wait. Now that makes sense. And then how about at the end they just stop? Just hold last Q, which should be nothing for the latch. No, the latch should be holding the last one until I tell it to stop. And let's just say hold last one. Say great. Okay. Close that. Now if I don't have the question is if I don't have multi-select, and if I don't have multi-select, but it won't let me select, but that's what multi-select is for. Multi-select lets you pick more than one stack to make it go, which I guess makes sense, because if you fat finger something, you know, you don't necessarily want to fire off 3 of them or whatever. So you turn multi-select on. I am now selecting both of them. If I click either go, they both just go. I think we made some sense. So I think we made some headway. We figured some stuff out. I shared some things with you that I knew, that I learned through my own toil and sweat and tears and banging my head against the wall, like why does this work this way? Having to clear things off the stage to let the cues work was a big one for me. Again, I remember Aperture saying in one of its many tutorials that people who are familiar with like physical lighting consoles, that that what they either A, would be familiar with the terminology, or they maybe feel at home. Maybe this is how that works in that world, about how you like set something up on a stage and then you set up cues and then you will clear the stage. Maybe that's not a new thing now. Maybe that's exactly how it's worked for millions of years, or, you know, scale that down to the time that all of this has been relevant in modern culture and modern movie making and commercial making and all that kind of stuff. Rambling. There's still some things I think don't make much sense to me. Like in the cues, if I want to set something in the cue, it's like I can't see it on the fixture. Now I can come back out to the stage, to the fixture, add that fixture, whatever, and then I can merge it into a cue, which probably makes a lot more sense. I guess it gives you the option on the back end. You can go into the cue and add a fixture there. You just can't see its effect. But you could go to the stage, play with the fixture, get it to do what you want it to do, and then you can merge it into that cue. That makes sense. So we'll say that was the intent, and it was user error as usual. So figuring this out together, I haven't seen many videos on the Sidus One. I'm sure there are, and people are like, hey, I'm here. But I'm making them, and I'm trying to fill in the gaps that I don't see. Like I was waiting for that episode 4 so that I could find out more about cues. And it jumped to another episode. And I'm like, how about the cues? So I'm just fumbling through the cues myself. I'm sure there's a lot of other neat tricks you can do. There are things that I just figured that out. The multi-select gives me another path to build something where I'm not shutting everything down. Which like, oh, okay, now I can see how something can happen. I don't understand effects yet. Maybe this can't do custom effects. Maybe the cues are the custom, maybe you can build a custom effect with a cue and have the fixture do something with controlling the pixels and telling it to bounce back and forth. Because there is a bounce feature in here. So you can tell it to do and then do. But like I said, that was a technical term by the way, like in Blackout, you can do a lot of grouping options and interleaving of the pixels to like make your own fire and things. I don't see that in this, but maybe it's just something I haven't found yet. I see where I can select the individual pixels and I could build a cue that would like highlight and select them and then go back and forth or something. But there's not like a randomized function. And even that would take time. That would take time and be annoying to do. So again, maybe there's something that I'm missing, or maybe that functionality is just not a part of this. Maybe it's something where if you pixel map it, it gives you effect options. Again, this is a lot of what ifs. I probably won't include this in the episode. Hopefully I'll come out with a clearer understanding of it and make an episode 2 and 3 and 4 and come back. But anyway, ramble. Thanks very much for joining me. I'm Darren Murphy, part of Cineview. I'm very excited about this. I had this on set for the first couple of times, wearing it on my belt. Already got a few little scratches from going around corners and stuff like that. It's cool. And mostly worked, mostly did what I expected, and I learned some things as I did it. I'm making this outro long again, even though I keep trying to do a succinct one. Thanks again. See you later. Have a good day. Bye. Making a fool of myself, Nathan. Making a fool of myself. All for the enjoyment of my peers and the general audience. What?